On the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Swords card. And the Five of Swords card has to do with victory for a time. Enemies being defeated for now. Now, for some of you, this can read the opposite. You could be the one who lays down your sword and walks away in defeat. But typically, it's the person in the front that represents the querent, or the individual who's asking the question or seeking the reading right now. So most likely, you've overcome some kind of a difficulty or something, but it's a temporary victory. We see here, this is a card of a victory. This is where you are waiting for your ships to come in, and we can see them here on the horizon. You've done the work, you've put in the effort, your ships are coming home. It's just a matter of waiting for them. We do, however, see that there's some sort of transformation. There's some kind of a death. You may be getting some of what you want, but not all of what you want. It may be a qualified victory, like we saw in the other card. Now, this card represents what you're hoping for, or what you've been hoping for. This is the Death card. And then here we have the Wish Fulfillment card. So those are kind of conflicting messages, aren't they? What this speaks to here is about getting what you want, and there being some kind of transformation that occurs as a result of it. You may be getting part of what you want, but not all of what you want. Or you do get what you want, but that involves some sort of major life transformation. Now, I do want to point out that the Death card almost never means an actual physical death of a human or an animal or anything. The spirit doesn't usually let us know that, because they don't always know when somebody's final day is due. But in this instance, when we take into account as well this card here, there's some kind of a victory, but there's also some kind of a loss. You see these guys walking away here. Didn't get everything that they wanted. These guys will come back and fight another day. So again, it's kind of a qualified wish fulfillment here. You've got more on your mind, though, right? You want to focus on getting stuff done, taking care of business, making some coin, literally in this instance here, right? You're making some money. You're trying to do whatever that is. You're hard at work at things. But you are thinking about the victory. You have had this kind of victory or success. And this is about celebration of a victory. Whereas here, this looks like you're alone in celebrating that. So there may be some kind of reward or something that comes in, but yet at the same time, you may not be feeling as solid in it. Or you may not be quite as honored in this as you think that you deserve to be. There really is some kind of a change that's coming about. Maybe somebody's response to your victory was not quite what you thought it was going to be. For some of you, this could actually be a victory over death. Perhaps you had a near-death experience, or you've healed from an illness. This may only be, when I say this, this may only be for one person out there too. Cutting something out that was toxic for you in a health situation, right? Removing something, a bacteria, a disease, a tumor, something like that, and having that victory over that. But there's also some kind of a sense of loss that came with that. And you're putting yourself back hard at work to be able to get on with your life. Now, this King of Wands, this is passion put into action. So there's a surge of new energy and new rebirth, growth of a good kind that comes with this. You just kind of want to get back to work. Maybe you've been on sick leave and you're feeling victorious. These came up too in the Leo reading. You may want to check those out if you have a Leo in your life. But this King of Wands here, this is somebody who, excuse me, he knows how to put his passion into action. And having that kind of a victory. You've had a victory in some kind of a way, and this is about you really just kind of want to get back to enjoying your life. And you're ready to do that, right? You're ready to do that. You've had some rough times and some scary places in your mind. This can be about deception or dishonesty. It can be about lunacy or mental instability. It can be about deception. It can also indicate intuition. Be very careful that you're not engaging in deceit of yourself, thinking that fears that you may be having about your health or well-being, be careful that you're not telling yourself that that is intuition. We don't know our own future on so many levels, right? We just, most of us couldn't handle that information. So we often don't have that kind of information. But there is a sense in here, this energy does speak of, you guys have been through something that's been really challenging. You're having a victory, but you're almost so tired out from whatever it was that you went through that I'm not feeling that overjoyed feeling that I almost expect to have here. Now, this is a lot of fast-moving energy, a lot of communication coming in, right? This 8 of Wands here. We do have a lot of wands and a lot of fire energy. And I'm also seeing you walking away from something that you put a lot of emotional energy into. Again, I feel like for a lot of you, or maybe not a lot, but even one person, some of you, one person, however many, may have had some kind of a health ordeal and you just want to leave it behind you. Or if this was a taxing life situation, you just want to leave it in your past tense. It freaked you out. And you want to get back to the passion of living. You want to throw yourself into your work and you want to move on. It's like you just don't really have a whole lot of energy to put into a bunch of nonsense. And therefore you want to just move on. And note that both of these are 8s, and 8 is infinity. 8 is about life, material, physical life, but it's also about eternal life. This is about having a lot of passion, a lot of communication, possibly even movement, motion. And this is about forward movement, even if you are leaving something behind you in your past. This is also an 8, putting your passion into your work. So we've got earth, water, and fire. The only thing missing here is air for your 8. And then you've got all of them. So again, there's this idea that you're doing something that makes you feel very connected with your ultimate purpose, your spiritual soul purpose in this earth. And that's the best coping skill you can have right now, from whatever this was that you needed to have victory over. But again, you're leaving a lot of that in your past tense, so it's not, it doesn't look like it's, you're going to be moving on to a better place. Can I say that for you? You're going to be moving on to a better place. This has been a growth experience for you. This has been a growth experience. And not only this, but when we look at this death card and this victory over whatever this huge transformation was, notice that the sun is beginning to rise because it's coming up on a new day. There may be death around you, but there's also this resurrection of a new day. Death always heralds a new beginning. You have to clear the room of furniture before you can put more furniture into it, right? You have to empty the clown car before you can get into it, right? That's a stupid example, but you get what I mean, right? Death always clears the way. We have to get rid of the old weeds and the rocks and the crap from last year. We have to turn over the soil. We've got to put the vitamins back into it through our topsoil replenishment or whatever farmers. I'm not handy like that, right? I don't have a garden. But whatever you people do to gardens and stuff like that, mulch or whatever they call it, you have to turn it over. You got to make the soil good again so that you can plant something new into it. And death is about clearing that first has to occur so that you can restore it and repurpose that square of earth. And that's what you're doing here. I'm shuffling our Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. Stop me if you've seen the box this time. Um, those are the cards I'm working with now. These are your classic Rider-Waite cards that I've got down there. Let me see if we can't get some additional help and support for the sign of Virgo. Let me pull our book and see what we've got here. Mystic Healer. Healing energy flows through you. Inner and outer healing on all levels is occurring in your life. A situation, relationship, or physical challenge is being resolved. Have faith that it's happening. This is the time to find the source of challenges. Transform inner grievances. Do it now. You no longer need to carry it with you. You are a healing force for others, even if you are not aware of it. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know there are times when the traveler steps off the path to search for the mystic healer. The healer instructs that everything in nature has the intrinsic ability to restore itself and reminds you that you also have this powerful ability within you. For healing to occur on the outside, it's essential for healing to occur on the inner planes. To do this, meditate by visualizing a beautiful future for yourself and trust that recovery is on the way. Past life issues may be emerging in order to be released. Mystic healers are working with you to resolve emotional and physical challenges. Be patient and have faith that beneath the surface, all is well. And you know what strikes me as I'm reading this, Virgo, is that I pulled the same card for Aquarius. And as I was reading it, I had a completely different experience with that card. This is what blows my mind with the tarot every single time. And it's like, I know that this is the case and that this can happen. But I really feel like, although this card came out again, it was answering a completely different need. Someone has been worried about their health, physical health, mental health, something. And this card promises internal healing under the surface and external healing in your environment. Whatever type of healing you've been seeking, this is happening for you, Virgo. This is happening. What a positive card and a beautiful blessing. Beautiful blessing. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading.